Hello and welcome to our next module. In this module, we'll be discussing the basics of congressional districting. Really in particular, we're talking about the House of Representatives and some basic elements around that. So first of all, a little textbook definition here, reapportionment. The redrawing of congressional district lines based on population information from the census. So one quick takeaway is please make sure you participate in the census. All right. Quick note, North Carolina back in 2000 gained enough population to get another seat in the member of the House. From Utah. Utah, they challenged it in federal court but lost. North Carolina did pick up additional population in the 2010 census, but not enough to get another seat. North Carolina, I believe, is expected to pick up another seat. California is expected to lose one or two with the next census coming up. All right. Each state is guaranteed one seat. All right, so regardless of what your population is, on the low end, if you are a state, you will have one seat in the House of Representatives. Total 435 seats in the House of Representatives that are sliced up. And districts are determined by state legislatures. All right. Now, when we talk about congressional districting, there's been a lot of legal challenges and clarifications on what a congressional district should and shouldn't be. I've got listed here Westbury versus Sanders. This principle, one person, one vote. And just some quick particulars in and around this. Well, let's just do some quick math. What if I lived in a district that had 150,000 people in it? You lived in a district that had 500,000 people in it. Well, who at the end of the day has more of political power, me or you? Even though the math is very, very small in terms of fractions, I have more power. One of 150,000 is a much larger number than one of 500,000. All right. So from this standpoint, the Supreme Court said the congressional districts need to be of a certain size, relatively the same in terms of population. But just to let you know, we're still redefining this or clarifying this. There was a case that was before the U.S. Supreme Court a couple of years ago where it was out of the state of Texas, where one of the congressional districts that bordered Mexico, the challenge was, okay, in terms of the representation, is it registered voters or legal residents? Because a lot of residents were legal but couldn't vote. And the Supreme Court came up and said, no, it's legal residents, not just those who are allowed to vote. Now, along with this, there is this one concept, gerrymandering, a division of voting districts to give advantage to a party or interest in elections. Now, pay special attention back to the middle of the slide. Districts are determined by state legislatures. Now, gerrymandering is something that's been around forever. And I know there's been talk about trying to do away with it, trying to control it, and so forth. It's a concept that's been out there really since our founding. Real quick note, let me tell you just how far back this goes, just the very basic origin of the term gerrymandering. Edmund Gary, who was a founding father, he was a part of drawing a district that supposedly looked like a salamander. Hey, I know you can't make this up. Well, anyway, there was a political cartoon of the day that drew a salamander's body with Edmund Gary's face on it. Hence the American political term gerrymandering. So when it comes to the state legislatures, think about it for a second. If a certain party is in control of the state legislature, wouldn't they have some incentive to draw districts that would favor their candidates in elections? And that's what's happened. That's what's happened over the course of our country's history. And so that's where gerrymandering comes in. Now, we do get federal challenges here and there. Actually, they're fairly common. But once in a while you do see where federal courts will deem a district unconstitutional, and a state legislature has to go back and redraw those lines. So again, gerrymandering, that is a American political term. It's been out there forever, but it does get back to, in very basic terms, of how we draw our congressional districts in the House. With that, that concludes this module, and we'll pick it up with the next one. Thank you.